Mick Corrigan here from Action Coach, and I've got Emma with me today. So Emma Johnson is a director in two companies, Mylo Communications and Forests with Impact. So welcome, Emma. Great to have you on Business Spotlight.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So kick off and just tell us a bit about those two businesses. Give us a brief summary, please.
Yeah, sure. So Mylo is a specialist impact consultancy. Been running for around 7 years. I set up after, well, when I went back to work after maternity leave from my first child, hence the name Mylo, because his name is Mylo, which he loves, having a company named after him. But basically, I work in really highly regulated and complex industries such as defence, infrastructure, justice, nuclear, helping deliver transformation, mainly focused around impact, around ESG, social purpose, social value. So it's seeing how then companies can really bring to life how they're going to leave a lasting legacy. It's become increasingly important for companies to do that with the advent of PPN 06 2021, so public procurement notices. Many years ago, it could have just been a tick box exercise to deliver corporate social responsibility. These days, I think we all agree, we need to do so much more, and lots of companies are doing some brilliant things out there. Where I try and come and help is to add that real wrapper and that framework and that strategy and that guidance and how they can measure what they do as well from a social purpose point of view. So that's Mylo. So that's my Mylo hat on. Then
Emma, just before you go on,
yeah.
tell people what ESG stands for, please.
Environment, social, governance. So it's
There
about
you go.
social purpose, yeah. And then Forest of Impact with that hat on. So that is a social enterprise I've helped set up. We are putting commercial tree nurseries inside prisons and on prison land for prisoners to nurture seeds to saplings to then sell out to create forests in the local community. Then surplus revenue comes back in and is redistributed to training between the prisoners and the local community. But it's industry led. So we've got 28 industry partners, huge companies like ACOM, Atkins, Realist, Waits, all a part of that and making that happen. So the training that we deliver is meaningful. It's going to lead to jobs. It's real routes to employment. And also the forestry industry, we're providing training for prisoners, doesn't have the same barriers of lots of other industries for prisoners to go and work in afterwards. So it is genuine training for genuine jobs and real outcomes and change in lives. So that's something we're very proud of.
So two organisations there, Emma, with real purpose, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
And
100%.
I guess there's not that many organisations that are doing what you're doing, but there will be some. But even though so you're in a niche driving that purpose, what would you say differentiates your propositions to others that might be there in the similar field?
I think I've had a lot of experience of big corporates trying to get it right. So I've seen where it's gone wrong and I've seen where it's gone well. I've evolved into this field. It's not something I said 20 years ago, this is what I want to do, because it didn't exist then, really. But what I've found is my passion and my purpose. So, my company just gives it their all to make this right for the outcome. Very, very outcome focused. We really want to make an impact on lives and transform communities or whatever it may be, and use the resources and the will of the companies to make that happen. Because I think I've found companies want to do this stuff, they just often don't know how. So it's not the will isn't there, it's just the knowledge and the know-how to apply it. So really making it actionable. So I think where probably we differentiate is that we turn it into actionable plans and strategies, and it's obvious what the next steps are. So companies can actually do something as a result. It's not just a document that sits on a dusty old shelf, it's translated into action.
Brilliant. I love that. That's fantastic. So what does the future look like then?
Busy. It's always very, very busy, which is great. But I think from an impact space, it's only going to grow. This isn't going to get smaller. Like society's issues and challenges isn't just a government problem, isn't just a MOJ problem or MED problem. It's ours. It's we're all part of the situation. Therefore, we should ask ourselves, should we all be part of the solution? So it's an everybody thing, and I think it's only going to grow. The importance of being able to give back and think sustainably in everything we do. So it's not just you know, it's not just what we deliver, it's how we deliver things. How can we make that more sustainable? How can we improve lives as a result of doing what we do every day in our business world? You know, whether that's employing more apprentices or helping prisoners set up their own cleaning businesses or whatever it may be, whatever field you're in, there's a way you can probably heighten your impact. And it doesn't always have to cost a lot of money. People think throwing money at this thing is what solves the problem. It's not. It's got to be systemic. It's got to be built into our very foundation. It's got to be in how we do things. And there's a real opportunity there for lots of companies to make a difference. So I think it's only going to grow. I think the need for the type of work I do is going to grow.
So it's going to grow. It's very positive.
Yeah.
There's opportunities, there's benefits. What challenges do you think you might be coming across in going forward?
There's lots of different challenges, and it depends what angle I give you here. So the type of industries I operate in do not move fast. It's highly regulated. It's complex. To make change happen, you can walk through treacle sometimes, but I found the more you can bring in collaborations, the more you can join the dots, the more you can connect things together. It's like life is a bit of a jigsaw puzzle. The more you can start to pull the pieces in, the quicker you can move, the faster you can move, and then the more you can actually realise and have an impact. So I think the challenge is it can be slow, but actually through collaboration, you can get there through joining the dots and tenacity. You know, that helps too. Grit, determination, never giving up.
So it sounds like you're in a very different place to where you thought you would have been,
Yeah.
maybe 7 years ago when you started, or even before that.
Yeah.
What have you learnt along the way? What have been the things that you've picked up on that journey?
A lot, really. So I think I always take the approach like every day is a learning day. It genuinely is. I try and be a sponge. I get to work with some fabulous people who I love to listen to and learn from. The thing I absolutely take with this is to, although you can set a strategy of where you want to be in 3 years' time, 1 year time, 10 years, be flexible. Because if I were just stuck to my original plan, I'd be in a totally different place to where I thought I would be today. I never thought 2 years ago I'd be a director of a social enterprise, helping set up a phenomenal, meaningful, lasting legacy. But the opportunities that have come my way, I've grabbed them. I've loved it. I've found my purpose in it, which I didn't realise I would find so quickly, but I have, and it's brilliant. So I think for me that I'd be flexible, be open, be a sponge
Yeah.
every day, every day.
What's that phrase? A plan never survives the first enemy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it is
Right.
100%.
And if you were starting it all over again, what might you have done differently?
I probably would have resourced. So I think for me, capacity and resource, I probably would have been a bit bolder with getting more of a support system underneath myself. I'm very risk averse. So I have tried to build quite slowly, and I've had demand there, and I've probably self-limited myself for the reason I've not been bold enough to resource in a stronger way earlier. And I think I could have been maybe even further on in my own journey if I would have just took a few bolder, braver steps at the start.
That's brilliant. Thanks for sharing that, Emma. That's been fantastic. Thank you very much, and I wish you all the best for the future.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.